Good morning. Today is November 5, 2024. It is 7:04 a.m. and it is 78 degrees where I am with a light rain, partly cloudy. Yes, that is the day we're going to have. But for now, this video is going to be about layering your big lakes, your small seacoasts, your big lakes. We're going to make fish farms, basically. So, I had a request for this from somebody who was having a hard time filling in all the spots. And I don't know why, but she was. These are my farms. I didn't make them fish farms. I did do the borders. I did the borders on all my farms with the big lakes and the small seacoast, as you can see. And they are layered. Okay, so let's talk about some things that you're going to need. Now, if you go down here to the store and you click on it, and you go up here to paths and ground, and you click on that, and I just use this little doodad here because it takes you straight to the bottom. So I click on that, and then I scroll up a little bit, because what I'm looking for is this grass with guidelines. Now, if memory serves me, because it's been a little while, you have to pay farm cash for this initially. First time purchase, yes, it says so in blue, right there. 35 farm cash. And subsequent times, it's only 100 coins, okay? Now, if you are a big designer person, you're going to want this. And it's well worth it because it comes with a grid line. So you can place items on the grid and it'll come out evenly, supposedly, or pretty close to it. So I went ahead and purchased it, and I'm very happy I did because I use it all the time. So this grass with grid lines is what you're going to want to get. All right, that's one tool. Then the second one, you come over here under tools, click on that. I forget, it's been so long. Let's go to the bottom, see what's going on. You know what, let me just go into my toolbox. See these hands? Edit, freestyle, edit, freestyle. You're going to want to get the purple one. You're going to want to have the purple one. So I'm pretty sure, let's go back to the store. And let's just search. Let's just search. Let's just type in freestyle and see what comes up. There they are. Good. Okay. So, I don't know where the yellow one is. I don't know where the yellow one is. But as you can see, they're kind of expensive. So, seriously, I don't know why the yellow one is not showing. But they're like 40 and 50 farm cash each. And what they do is they allow overlapping of things. And the purple one, it allows overlapping directly from the store or storage. So I use that one quite a bit on designing my farms. And you can put things on top of things. It's really cool. So I think you have to, buy like them in order. So like you have to have the yellow one, then the orange one, then the green one, then the purple one. You can't just go and buy the purple one. I think you have to buy all of them. If memory serves me, you have to buy all of them. So it's quite the project to do that. So you're gonna need the purple one, which is the top level one, the top dog, if you will. All right. So that's Freestyle Farm Designer. You're going to need those. Let's see what else. Then we're going to go to the ponds. We're still in the store. We're still in the store. We're going to click on store. And then we're going to use the ponds tab. And we're going to go here where it takes you straight to the bottom. And we're going to scroll up a little bit. And they put them right next to each other, which is kind of nice. Because these are the two we're going to be using. The small seacoast, this and these. And then we're going to use the big lake. Okay? So you're going to use this small seacoast and this small seacoast. Because you're going to wrap your farm. So this works on two sides of the farm, and this works on the other two sides of the farm. And then your big lakes, you'll see. It just works. They just work. So that's it. Okay? So your grid line, your freestyle, and your big lake and your seacoast. Those are the tools you're going to need to use. So let me take you to my new farm. My new farm that we just all bought, I suppose. I haven't done anything with it yet because I'm waiting to grow it to normal size. So right now I just have it planted, you know. But I like all my farms to be 50 by 50. Some people do theirs the max 60 by 60. I don't like to do my border with my big lake and small seacoast. I don't like to do the border until I'm finished growing it, because then, you know, you only have to do the border once. I don't particularly care for moving these lakes and small seacoasts around. It's bothersome to me, so in this video I'm only going to show you the sides that I don't have to redo once I grow it. So what you're going to want to do is, hopefully yours is empty, but if it's not, what you need to do is make sure, oh, I do have the grid line. You can see it down here a little bit if I blow this up. You see my grid down here underneath the fields? And you see that there's 2 squares. Well, I'm going to need a border of 2 squares all the way around. So what I'm going to have to do is delete some of this stuff. So I'm going to use my tool up here, this bulldozer extended 10 by 10. Supposedly it wipes out everything. So I'm going to click on that. I've only got fields, so I'm going to do fields only. And I'm just going to delete them all because I'm that kind of person. I don't really care. I just want quick and easy, right? Quick and easy. Let's just delete them all. So the only thing we're left with is our grid. It's a brand new farm, and we're just left with our grid line. So that's perfect. Because what you're going to need is, okay, see these squares? I use them. And you're going to need 2. 1, 2. When you put down these small seacoasts and these big lakes, it's going to take up 2 squares. It's going to take up 1, 2. 1, 2. Around your farm. And down here at the bottom too, because we're going to go all the way around. See? 1, 2. So you want to make sure that if your farm is loaded with stuff already, that you go around and make sure you got a 2 square border all the way around. If your farm is empty, yay. My farm is empty. So here we go. We're going to go, I'm going to use my purple tool because I love it and I can. And I'm going to go and I'm going to buy multiple items from the store. We're in our ponds. Go to the bottom. Scroll up a little. And we're going to start with the small seacoast. We're going to buy it. Oh, sorry kids. I forgot to tell you. See up here? Up here where the coins are? Coins. You are going to need a ton of coins for this project because they are not cheap and you're going to buy a lot of them. So make sure you have plenty of coins because you don't want to get stuck in the middle of your project and run out of coins. What's a good amount of coins to have? I would say, what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then single digit over here on the 5th. I would say at least one, what is this? Hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, at least 1 trillion should do you good to do a farm. 50 by 50 or 60 by 60. I think 1 trillion would be enough. So make sure you got lots of coins to start with. So here we go. So grab your purple tool, buy multiple items from the store, and we're going to start with the small seacoast. So click on that, and we're going to do this version because we're going to do this side of the farm. So we're going to use this one. And we're going to come down here. I'll make it really big. And we're going to skip that first space. We're not going to put anything in that first space. So we're just going to skip that. We're going to go to the second space and start putting them down. Simple. Just every square. Just lay it down. And just do that till you fill it all up. I'm going to pause the video while I do that. Okay, I'm back. Now, I'm pretty close to the end. So, again, when you get to the top, leave that last square open. Don't put anything in it. Okay? Now, you know what I forgot to tell you? Listen, if you go to the job marketplace and you work for other people, you are going to see a multitude of beautiful designs that people do with their lakes, their rivers, their streams, their ponds, their seacoasts. I mean, it's amazing what these people do. I am only showing you a very basic fish farm, very basic border, and very basic fish farm. But you play with it, the more you get comfortable with it, and if you are a designer, oh my God, I can't even imagine what you can come up with. So, but I'm showing you the very basics, okay? So now we have the one side done. See? Now we'll do the top. So with your purple hand, you go back in to buy multiple. Use the same version of the small seacoast, but this time you're going to use this one over here. Now we use this one to the right side of the farm. We're going to use this one to the top side of the farm. Leave that first square open. Put this down. I don't like working this way. So what I do is I come down to the end. And again, we're going to leave that first square empty. So I go to the second square and just start loading it up again. Okay? And go all the way up. I'm going to pause the video while I do that. Okay, now I'm near the end again. So I just wanted to tell you too, like if you make a mistake, like say I put it here, and you're clicking too fast or something, and you go, oh, I put it here, oh no, look at that, I made a mistake. I just use my edit tool, the purple hand, and I just move it back into place, and then I just go back into the store and pick up where I left off. So it's not a big deal if you make a mistake. Just remember, you can use that purple hand and do lots of things with it, including correcting your mistakes. Okay, so now we've done the right side and the top side. Alright, so now we gotta do the bottom and the left side. And we're gonna use this seacoast for those. So use this seacoast and this seacoast. So this one is for the bottom and the left. Alright, so you get the gist of it, right? Alright, I gotta go get my purple hand. I'm gonna do the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one for you guys, just because I feel nice. I don't mind. Let's move her over here. She's in my way. So purple hand by multiple. So we're going to use this seacoast, and we're going to use this one. We're not going to put it in that first box. We're going to go to the second box. And I don't mind working this way, but I'm going to pause the video until I get to the other corner. Okay, that was quick. It's quick because it's such a small farm still. I'm almost to the end here. So you leave that corner blank. Then you go back into the store. Go to this side, this small seacoast, and now we're going to use this one. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to put this down. Leave that square empty. I don't like working backwards like this. I can't see the squares very good. So I just come up here, leave that square empty, come to the next one. So your corner squares are empty. I don't know why, I just like doing it that way. Alright, I'm going to lay these, pause the video, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm almost to the end of this one. But if you notice, I kind of take my time, and I kind of go a little slower. Because I like to be perfect. I don't like making a lot of mistakes and having to use the tool and going back and correcting my errors. So I kind of just take my time and I go a little slower and make sure I get every square like that. I think it saves me time in the end. Okay, so now you've got your farm all boarded out with your small seacoast. So now we're going to do the big lakes on top of the small seacoast. Okay, we're going to go around and put big lakes all the way around your border. Alright, now there's a trick to this because, okay, so here we go. We're gonna not put the lakes like right up here. Alright, we're gonna leave these first couple ones blank or empty, and you'll see why in the end. I don't know why, but you'll see why. It just looks. I don't know the reasoning. But when I learned, that's how I learned. Just leave these first couple ones blank. Alright, so take your purple hand, buy multiple items from store. Now we're going to do the big lake. And we're going to use this one here. Now, as we lay it, what we're going to line up are these rocks right here. These rocks. We're going to line those up. So I hope you can see which ones I'm talking about. So we're going to click on that. No, is that the right ones? Let me see. Let me put this down. So you come over here. Let's see. Come over here. 1, 2, 3. Let's go down 3. And lay our first one down. Alright? Now, oh no. No, that's not what we're going to line up. We're going to line up, and let me take my guy. We're going to line up this rock. See this rock right here? That's what you're going to line up. Not these like I said. Not these. This rock. See where my pointer is pointing at? That's the rock we're going to be lining up. So go back, get your big lake, this one, and line up that rock. See? Line that rock up. Line that rock up. Line it up. Line it up. And don't skip a space. So you want every space. Now let's see. See how these rocks are all lined up? That's how you want to do it. Okay, I'm back. Now, what I'm going to show you is, see how it's coming out down here? That's your second box. Remember I told you you need 2 boxes as a border? Because it's gonna start coming out down here. That's your second box. Now, I'm going to show you, see how we're lining up these rocks from the lake, that's what you use as a marker. Now I'm going to make some mistakes so you can see. I'm going to line these rocks up. We're going to line the rocks up, right? But say I make a mistake. I come over here and I'm like, oh no, I made a mistake. Again, just use your purple hand, pick it up, and line it back up. Simple. Yeah? Alright, I'm going to go down to the end and I'll show you what happens at the end and how we turn the corner. So just keep lining them up all the way to the end and I'll meet you down there. Okay, now we're pretty close to the end here and we're going to turn this corner and come over this way. Now, let me put a lake over here just to show you. Alright, so as we're coming down here, we use this rock, this one right here, this rock, to line up, right? As we turn the corner, we're going to use this rock, this big one right here. And we're going to use that to line up to go across the bottom, okay? So, we use this rock to line up, coming down, and we're going to use this big rock to line up, going across. Alright. I just wanted to show you that. Alright, so here we go. And it's going to come down and extend past the water. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. That's that big rock on the right side. It's going to come down past the water. And then we're going to turn to the left and go across the bottom, lining up with that big rock. See? Now it's past the water, right? 2. Oh, I made a mistake. I gotta get that. It's not a big deal if you make a mistake. It's just, let me point something out. See these rocks? 1, 2, 3. These big rocks. They're past the water. Well, that's what we're going to start using now to line up things with. But, I gotta finish. Because I think there's more. I think it's 5. So you just keep going till it turns red on you. Just keep lining up till it turns red. There, now it turned red. Now you take the big rock on the right and you line it up with that big rock. See? The big rocks? Line that up. Line that up. Line it up. Line it up. See? Now we're just turning. And we're using the big rock now on the right as a marker. And we're going to go all the way across the bottom this way. Let me see if I can show you. This rock, these rocks down here. These big rocks. See? Huh? These ones. Just line them up. And go all the way across the bottom and I'll meet you at the other side. Okay, now we're close to the other side, but we're not going to turn the corner on this end. This end is just going to stop. So what you do is you just keep lining up those big rocks until it turns red and you can't go anymore. So we're just going to keep lining them up. And then see it turned red. You can't line up anymore. So I click my green guy and I'm done. Okay, so now, you see, now you've got your right side done and your bottom side done. So now we're going to come back up here to the top and we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use a different lake this time. So grab your purple hand, multiple items, still the big lake, but instead of using this guy, we're going to use this guy. But we're still going to use this rock. So we're going to use this rock this time. This rock right there to line up. Remember, we come down a couple spaces. So get them to the edge, yeah? And then, what do we do? 3? I don't like that. Let's see. 2, 3. I'm going to start right there. And just line up those rocks again. Every space. And I'll meet you at the bottom, because we're going to do the same exact thing. And pause you. Okay, so we're near the end again. And we're going to use that big rock on the left. You see how it's starting to go below the water over there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes red. So we're going to use the big rocks down here on the left. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes it likes to jump around. So that's why I go slower. Because if it jumps around, then I don't get bothered by it. So what we're going to do is just line those rocks up all the way to the end. I'll meet you down there. Alrighty, we are reaching the end here. So it's going to turn red on you again, right? Let's see. Lining up the big rock. It's so touchy. Sometimes. There we go. So you just keep going until it turns red. And now it turned red. So you're done. Now you have the border. That is done. I like this, such a small farm. It's going to be easy to show you. I'm not going to make this a fish farm. I don't want a fish farm. Because my brother has lots of fish farms that I use. My brother passed away a little while now, so, but I kept his farms and I turned them all into fish farms since he's no longer here, and I don't want to work 2 accounts because it's too hard, so I just made them fish farms. And now I hired a super neighbor for them, so that the super neighbor goes and fishes them for me every day. So I just go there once a week or whatever to go to market and sell. But I think we're gonna switch accounts though, and fill in the rest over on his, because he needs work on his anyway. And like I said, I don't really want to make this a fish farm. But this is the border, okay? Now we're going to switch over accounts and fill in the rest of the fish farm. So give me a second and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for holding. Now I'm still working on this fish farm for my brother. Now, as you can see, it's not completed. But here's the border that we did, right? And then I'm filling in the big lakes, okay? Now, I wanted to show you this one. I'm going to show you an empty one, and we're going to start an empty one for you. But see how it does this here with these lines? See how it does that with those lines? Because like every 8 or 9 row, every 8th or 9th row, it does this. See these big rocks? It just does that. And that's when I take a break. When it does that, I take a break. Because you'll get tired and you don't want to burn yourself out. But I think that's where these lines come in. See those lines? I think that these breaks. But anyway, so if you come across that and it does that on you, don't freak out, you know. You just start lining the big rocks up again. That's all. I'll show you when we come to it. I'll do a whole set. I call it a set. But I'm only going to do one or 2 rows. Then I'll pause the video, complete the set to show you what I mean. Okay? So again, if you make mistakes, don't worry. Just use your little edit tool and put it back in place. It's simple. But you see how everything is covered in? There's no empty spots. Everything is filled, you know, the best that you can. Now, I'm going to go to his last farm, which is his empty one. And we're going to start so you know how to start it. This is the empty one. that needs to be done. So I'm going to start it for you. So we just finished the border, and now we're going to start putting our lakes in. Here's the thing. If you want to put a train in, say you want to put a train up here, the first thing I would do is I would put your train path down, right? What's it called? Track? Okay, so let's see. Where was I? Oh, looking for the train tracks, right? Oh, here we go. So are you going to use the asphalt train track? I don't like that. Let's use this one just to put it down. So say you want to put a train in. So you're going to put this train track down. And you're going to put it down so you know where to start your ponds, right? Let's just put 2 down just to say we're going to put a train here. See what I mean? And then we'll put 3 down. And then you know we're about to start your lakes. Okay? But okay, I'll just show you by multiple. Wait, do I have my purple guy? Purple hand by multiple. Go to ponds. Down all the way. Scroll up a little bit. Get your big lake. And we're going to use this rock here, right? For lining things up. We're going to use the big rock on the right again. So I'm going to use this guy. Now, you're going to come up here, and you're not going to come all the way up, because he's going to, as you work it, the top part is going to be gathering. So I'm going to put it about here, I think, because if you look, the topmost part is already touching that track of the lake. So I'm going to put my first one here, and that big rock on the right is what I'm going to line up. So see how I'm lining the rocks up, and see how it's coming across the track there quite nicely, right? Because the topmost part of the lake, I'll show you. This top part here is what I'm talking about. The very top part of the lake is matching up. So that works out nice. And we're lining up with these big rocks. These big rocks here. Alright. But we don't really want to train on this one. So I'm going to delete these. I'm going to sell them. Because I don't really want to train on this farm. Alright, so now I'm going to use my purple edit guide, and I'm going to move this, because now I can move them up a little further. I gotta move these around. I don't like... I messed up now, and so I gotta fix it. So I just move them out of my way. Alright, so now we're going to line this up. So I want it to be pretty close to the top. I think I can go one more. Yeah. Maybe right there? Maybe? Let's try one more up. Let's try that one. You see what I'm trying to do, right? Get the topmost part up there. But I'm lining up the big rocks. But I don't want any space between the big lake and the other big lake. I want it to be touching, pretty much. And I think I did a pretty good job. Let's see. Yeah, see up here? Touching. Pretty tight. Alright, so what you're going to do is use your purple guide, go back in, get your lake, this one, we're going to use this one, and we're going to line up the big rocks. And you're going to go all the way down to the end, just lining them up. And remember, if you goof up, no big deal, you just take your edit tool, the purple hand, and move them around, put them back in space. Because you're just lining up those big rocks. Alright, I'll see you at the end. And put you on hold for a minute. Okay. We're getting pretty close to the end, so I thought I'd show you that. You just keep going till it turns red on you. Just like the borders turn red. So you just keep going down, lining up those big rocks. Now see it turn red. At that point, you just come back up. And line your big rock up next to your other big rock. See? And lay it down. And you just keep laying them down. Row after row after row after row. Kind of time consuming. He gets to do about 8 or 9 rows. It takes me about 20 or 30 minutes. But like I said, I go slow because it likes to jump around a lot. And I don't like correcting my mistakes. See how it's jumping around? So if you go slow, hopefully you won't. See how it jumps? I don't like that. But if it happens, it happens. You just use your edit toolbar. But I think if you go slow enough, like I do, you won't be clicking and making those, putting them in the wrong places. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm a little OCD with this, so I like perfection. I don't want any spaces. I like them perfect. But that's it, kids. You just line up those big rocks, row after row, and don't be surprised at how long it takes you to finish it, because it takes quite a while. I know some people who do it really fast, but I don't know how they do that, because, like I said, you don't want any spaces. Alright, I'm gonna, so as you see, and you just come back up, when you finish this one, you just come back up and do the next one, and do the next one, and the next one. And then, like I said, on the 8th or 9th row, what's gonna happen is, it's going to put one of these out there, like this. That's okay. Because what you do, when it does that, is you just, not the ice one. You just go on in and line up your big rock again, next to this big rock. 1, 2, 3, and you just keep going. Yeah, but it does space out like that on the 8th or 9th row. It does do that, and I think it makes those grid lines or something. I don't know, but that's what you do. No big deal. You just come back in and start again. Start lining up those big rocks next to that big rock. All right, and that is how you layer fish ponds and lakes and small seacoasts. And you end up with something that looks like this. That's the finished product. Then you come all the way to the edge. Alright? I hope you found this tutorial helpful. I can't think of anything else to really say, but this is very basic. This is a very basic fish farm. And, but like I said, there are people out there doing just wonderful designs with the water features. I mean, they're making crazy designs. It's just amazing what people do. So don't be afraid to play around with them. Alright, I hope you all have a wonderful day. God bless. Thank you for watching this video. And if you want any more videos or a topic that you'd like to discuss, just drop me a note and I'll try and do a video for you. Alright, take care until the next video. Bye-bye.